J.D. Foster said Biden-Harris policies left American workers in the lurch. That's absolutely true. If you even just paying a monicum of attention, you would know that the economy is terrible for everyone, especially the working and the middle class. Everyone's suffering under the Biden-Harris policies, and they're asking for 4 more years of this. I don't know how anyone in their right mind could vote for Kamala Harris the way things are right now. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. It has a link to my Patreon. And that's where I talk about things that I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my X account. So follow me there as well. All right, so let's get into this news. Now, this comes from the Daily Caller from J.D. Foster. And he reports that more than half of Americans polled believe the American economy is in a recession, which partly explains why former President Donald Trump's closing line that Harris broke it, Trump will fix it, worked so well. Whether it's jobs for Americans, the southern border invasion, or men competing against women as transgender athletes, Biden-Harris definitely broke it, and Trump is definitely aiming to fix it. A widely reported Harris poll in May revealed that 56% of Americans believe the country is in an economic recession, and I'm part of that 56%, a result closely repeated in July by a poll released by a firm. Yet, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics' latest jobs reports, the establishment survey shows 2.2 million jobs gained over the past year. Nobody believes that. What gives? Big job gains in a recession. See, these jobs, a lot of the jobs were created by government, and a lot of the jobs went to immigrants. In fact, more jobs went to immigrants than American-born citizens here for the first time, from what I understand, from the first time ever. For starters, the earlier Biden-Harris inflation surge hammered workers and retirees. When Trump left office, CPI inflation ran at 1.4%. Biden-Harris pushed that rate up to nearly 9% year over year. In total, prices today are up nearly 20%. That is just crazy. Wage increases couldn't keep up with the Biden-Harris inflation. Working families expected their earnings to rise even after adjusting for inflation. Instead, real median weekly earnings are down since Biden-Harris took office. Another thing they broke, and they won't even talk about real. They won't talk about the real numbers. When that's accounted for inflation, they don't give you those numbers because it will really show you how abysmal things are. That's what recession feels like. Not just stagnation, but retreat. I'm referring to real wages is what I'm referring to. But the job numbers provide the rest of the story. From the perspective of businesses and the stock market, the economy is doing just fine, as the establishment survey suggests, and the recent gross domestic product figures confirm. From the perspective of American families, the data tell a different story. BLS also surveys households. According to the household survey, employment is up a measly 216,000 from a year ago. That's about 18,000 jobs a month, about a tenth the monthly rate of the establishment survey. One survey shows strong job growth, the other shows very weak job growth. The divergence between them is explained by looking at who reports and who gets the jobs. And here's the story. Here the story gets worse for American workers. The household survey distinguishes between native and foreign-born workers. So this is what I was just alluding to. Employment among native-born workers, broadly speaking, American workers, is down 773,000 from a year ago. 773,000. Wow. That's not a recession. That's a depression. Fact. Who closes the gap between the reported poultry top line gains and household survey and the massive drop in job held by American workers? Foreign-born workers. More specifically, 1 million mostly illegal immigrants who crossed into America under the Biden-Harris open borders policy. Most of them came to America to work, and they are. This also explains the divergence between employment and household surveys. Employers increase employment over the past year as shown, but the employment survey doesn't distinguish between native and foreign-born workers. So combing the 2.2 million job gains in the establishment survey with the drop of 773,000 job-holding American workers, the data suggests nearly 3 million Biden-Harris illegals working in American jobs in place of American workers. Why is the figure so much bigger than the number of foreign-born workers reported in the household survey? If you were working in the United States illegally, would you be keen to answer a government survey? Of course not. By the way, could somebody please explain why any unions who are supposed to be the defenders of the working class would endorse Kamala Harris just so more illegals can take American jobs? Kudos to the Teamsters, the firefighters, the Border Patrol Union for putting their members' interests above the Democrat Party bosses. And I definitely agree with that. It makes you wonder. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Leave the comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.